Chair's gonna move to item number 2 on our agenda today, which is to acknowledge employees that weren't able to attend our appreciation dinner last Friday night, which was pretty well attended. Appreciate you guys coming in. Paul, how you doing?
Pretty good, thank you, George.
Good. So, in any event, we're gonna try to do this through departments. Well, I guess we're gonna do, why don't we do your superintendent? Sure. You got it stuck here, or you got it over here, huh?
Yeah, they're all different.
Okay.
It's organized.
Those are so organized. Look at all this stuff. Oh my God.
So, we're here to recognize employees that have provided a level of service to those that are incarcerated over at the Department of Corrections. I'm going to start with our medical staff. And the 3-year mark is pretty significant because the first few years working inside the Department of Corrections, whether it's officer or as a medical personnel, can be really challenging because it's, I suspect even more so with the medical department, it's pretty challenging to be able to view them as patients as opposed to inmates that are in our custody. But we have Jillian Mayo who's here, and she's celebrating 3 years, so congratulations.
That's all right. That's for me. That's for us old people.
Another 3-year milestone is our medical director, and that's Ben Locke.
I appreciate it, thank you guys.
Thank you.
And the last person that we would like to talk about is someone who's celebrating 10 years of employment here. A decade working inside of correctional facilities, pretty impressive. Stephanie, thank you for those 10 years.
You're that. It doesn't fit you, I'll take it.
All right.
So transitioning over to the Department of Corrections. Yeah. Transitioning over to the Department of Corrections, outside of the medical staff, but still working there. The first person I'd like to identify is somebody who is a teacher over at our facility. Stepping up and teaching inside the facility with people who are not necessarily always engaged is always a challenge. But Robert McCabe comes in and he does it, and he's got 3 years of service for us. So thank you very much. Thank you. Absolutely.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And the last individual that we're going to talk about has 20 years of service. Pardon me? Oh, sorry. Has 20 years of service. This individual is our food service director over at the Department of Corrections. And in those 20 years, he's got to serve, what, hundreds of thousands of meals for the individuals that are in our custody. Quite often, we go through inspections, and in those inspections, it's always articulated that the kitchen is super squared away. And that has to do with the 20 years of service from Paul Moore. So thank you very much.
And I think that's my gratitude for the opportunity and the welcoming the family of the county. It's unlike any other employment. And I don't think anyone would stick around that long if they weren't treated as fairly as they are and decently. And I'd just like to express my appreciation for all the whole county. I mean, a lot of these faces I've seen for a long time as well, and it's appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry, you guys missed the meal Friday night. It was really good. All righty. Now we got a few here. Right? So we got all this stuff down here.
Yeah, the contact.
We got 10.
Well,
It
there's
says-
two.
Yeah, right.
The folder's not here.
Nicole's not here, right? Let me see here.
Victoria's not here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right, so it's,
I'm just trying to do how many years they get.
oh,
That's,
Sorry.
I'll do my
That's
math.
over here.
Well, we'll do the small one first, right?
Great.
3 years, yeah, for a while, right?
Yes.
Okay, and the county attorney.
Way past that.
All right,
I just want to be clear.
3, I thought you were here longer than that.
It feels longer because I've been here since 2019, but
No, you were off and out, you came in and out. Anyway, congratulations.
Thank you.
For your service.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, 3 years, well, at least 3 years continuous. Okay. Boy, 15 years, so 15 years. Just like it was yesterday you got here. Thank you. Okay, and last but not least, I can't believe, I remember when she first got hired here. Carolyn Jensen, 25 years. Huh?
Thank you.
I used to
It
love
has
you, I
been-
used to love your Halloween parties over there.
They were, new people have asked in the office if I would trust them again.
Back on again, yeah, they were a little,
Thank you, thank you.
they were interesting. You know, I got genes older than you. But anyway, guys, thanks for all your hard work.
No,
you.
thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, we're lucky to be
yeah,
here.
Terry.
I don't think I need to.
No, that's still there. No,
Is that it?
that's it, yeah. Well, thanks, guys. I'll let you all go back to work. Yeah. We appreciate all your efforts and work.
Thank you.
You got the good food service, Paul, over there.
Sure.
I don't like to have the.
It's always good to see you. 20 years ago, you ain't changed at all. You're looking good.
Flattery will get you everywhere.
Take care, man.
Alrighty. Bye, Sheriff. When you leaving tomorrow?
That,
When you leaving tomorrow?
Saturday.
Saturday, yeah.
How's that go? Do you fly somewhere? Do you?
Yeah, flight in New York, we're going to New York Harbor, Hudson River,
And then where are you headed?
Puerto Rico.
Oh, the trash island.
Garbage stuff.
Was that trash island?
Yes, apparently.
Oh, my
Take
God.
pictures.
Yeah, send us back some photos, will you? And get the garbage rates. I was really looking for. We must have a bunch of junk boats down there, I think, in parts of it. All right, anyway,
Item 3, Mr. Chairman, that's a mistake on my part.
okay,
I'm sorry I put that on. I had it on in a tickler file and then I
yeah,
I just put it on by mistake.
Okay.
We're not prepared.
all right, that sounds good. We'll withdraw that then. All right, so we got a motion to approve the minutes of the 23rd. October 23rd, we found a couple of errors in the temp, so we're gonna try to get those adjusted before we put them on the agenda.
Second.
Second. Okay, any changes in minutes, after those minutes for the 23rd? Not hearing any, all of the favor of documents, keep on saying.
Aye.
Those opposed, I vote unanimous. Okay, item 4 is to discuss the capital improvements project plan.
I just wanted to bring you up to date, Mr. Chairman. You have the plan in front of you in a reorganized fashion. So, the affected departments and I met on Monday and we clumped together those items that can be bid together. That way we're not going out,
Every time.
well, plus, the hope is, of course, a discount, on the curb.
Right. I get you.
Yeah, so you'll see, as an example, when we do the roofs, we'll bid out the roof here and the roof at Hyder.
Yeah.
As an example. The electrical and fire safety, there's 5 items that'll be bid out together.
Sprinkler system.
Yeah, and so I've already alerted Gwen, to be prepared. The thing I'd ask, Mr. Chairman, is, Paul Kapresky's, away on vacation, so I'm gonna, at the very bottom, are potential bid waivers. Mostly in the MIS department, because of compatibility of items, but, we're not prepared, I'm not prepared
Yeah, I get
to,
it.
I spoke to Paul, but I mean, sometimes I think he's swearing at me, cause it's in another language that I don't understand. So, because he's not here, we're gonna, put it on next week's agenda, so, and he'll have a written report, Commissioner Watson, I know you like, there is one item, or actually two items that I'd like to discuss, a bid waiver now, Justin? You're on.
So that's for the security upgrades for the
Right.
building. I'll read the one I quoted to you.
Sure, and we have this document. I asked Justin to put it in writing.
Looking for a bid waiver for the security upgrades. Part of that is the door controls. There's only one vendor in this region that can sell that brand of door control software. They have territories, and that's the current place we use is One Source Security. So even if we went to bid, they would be the only ones that could reply to that, because they're the only vendor for this region. So that's part of that request. And the rest of the equipment for that, we would be purchasing and installing ourselves here. And all of that equipment can be purchased under existing state of New Hampshire contracts
Okay.
through
So-
CDWG.
Yeah.
So it's already been sourced, so it's under the state bid.
So where is that on? Is that on
The
this
very bottom,
server upgrade?
no,
No,
it's got in-house next to it, it's the fourth from the bottom.
Administrative, yeah, building security upgrade.
Building security system upgrade.
oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. So would the waiver request be for the 94.5?
Right,
It'd be for the full amount.
yep, and again, most
So
of it's,
but we're gonna be buying through the state bid, the mainframe.
We'll be buying the hardware through the state bid
Right,
and doing the install ourselves.
and yeah, so there's no install price, there's no, this is just for the hardware.
Yeah.
And Justin said you guys will have it installed in a few days after you get the equipment.
Kelly's looking at
Wow.
you kidding?
I think Kelly's changing color on me.
Actually, you said 24 hours, but I'm not gonna. No, I'm not.
Decided to double.
What I'm saying is, Mr. Chairman,
Yeah,
you
you
don't
got
have to
quicker.
have it outside
Right.
installed,
Right.
that these gentlemen will install it themselves.
Let's stay.
Yeah, the whole thing 24 hours.
Okay, the other one must be the sewer line.
The other one's the sewer line, and that really, Mr. Chairman, every night before you go to bed, you get worried about the sewer line, going down. So I'm
I'm trying to just remember from the paperwork, most of that's under the concrete floor, right? Some of it, and some of it's outside,
some of it's in between
between the ceilings too.
between the ceilings. Now, the stuff between the ceilings, we're gonna work on ourselves.
Yeah,
It's the stuff that needs to be sleeved, that we're gonna have done by the outside vendor. So it's a combination of us doing it and them doing it, at the same time. We're worried mostly about the stuff that needs to be sleeved, which is the stuff that would go to the outside. Simply because that's stuff that we don't have the ability to sleeve that, obviously. Needs to be done with some special equipment.
yeah, is,
So this would be the vendor that
right, did the camera.
did the camera and I'm just afraid if that collapses, obviously the whole building shuts down. And I don't know what I would do with 170 residents if we had no way to displace the sewer.
Yeah. Okay.
All the other items, except for the few that are MIS, will be out to bid. We'll be working on bidding for all of the other
Do you
items.
know if Doug I mean, he's satisfied with being able to sleeve most of that?
Yeah, I talked to him yesterday, and he's, it's not. As one of the state reps had said, you know, it was gonna be a substantial reduction in,
Right.
and it's not. That's not the case at all. It's really, according to Doug, an insignificant reduction. And we passed out the paperwork on that when we gave it to the delegation. Which is why I presume that wasn't a question at the, Wednesday night meeting. It really doesn't impact the size at all, according to.
Well, why don't we do them one at a time, then we'll take the first one, which is the sheriff's office request on a waiver bid for the video surveillance and archive, by the way, do we have further discussion on that from anyone? No? Well, the chair would get a motion to waive the bid for that particular upgrade.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Okay. Any further discussion?
No.
Not hearing it, then it's a roll call required, Commissioner Watson.
Yes.
Commissioner Rolo? Myself, yes, okay, that vote's unanimous. All right, let's talk about sewer line stuff. Do we have the name of the this thing, you have escape you what name of the company is?
It escapes, I'm sorry, the name escapes me, but, I mean, we obviously have it readily available.
Yeah, we got the back, I think we got the backup in the office.
Yeah, we sent it to the delegation 3 or 4 times also.
Yeah, we would be remiss if we didn't move forward on this right away, because it's, you know, that's
Well, this is the most critical.
critical situation we got over there.
I would imagine the new product is probably more advanced than what they put in originally, so that's probably why the reduction is.
Yeah, it was the delegation's presumption that it was gonna lessen the line an inch.
Yeah.
That was never the issue that we had on the table. And we sent them the backup material, in the most recent preparation for last Wednesday's vote. So I think once they saw that backup material, I presume that's why it wasn't questioned. Because the backup material verified the, sleeving. That it doesn't carve out an inch out of the process.
I know there's multiple types of sleeves. I'm going through it on myself right now on my street. I'm building one, and they got a sleeve broke line. It's in the construction. It's collapsed in a couple places, and then they want to dig it
What are
up.
they using for the composite now? It was iron before, right?
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
a
remember the
rubber.
pipes, iron.
It's a PVC. They heat it somehow. When it goes in, it's not very thick either. It's like
Yeah.
maybe like a 16th of an inch thick, but when they sleeve it and they expand it and they heat it, and it's almost the opposite of
Yeah.
shrink wrap.
Yeah, they actually claim that it's stronger than the original piping.
I bet it is.
So I moved to waive the sewer pipe bid, because of an emergency
Okay,
situation.
all right,
Second,
all right. Move in second, any further discussion? Okay, not hearing all those in favor, we gotta give a roll call, I'm sorry, Commissioner Watson.
Yes.
Commissioner Rolo.
Yes.
Myself, yes, okay, that vote's unanimous.
And all the other items, except the stuff that Paul's gonna talk to you guys about next
Right.
week when he returns. We're already starting on some of the bids. Everything else, so the other 30 items will be bid out.
Both,
But at least we've coordinated it so that, you know, they'll be bid in groups.
yeah,
As, at least the items that are labeled 1 through 9 will be bid in groups.
makes sense.
well, hopefully we'll save some money, right?
Well, that's the hope, you know, that's the hope that, you know,
Well, they've been in groups, but bidders could bid on part of it.
yes,
Yeah,
sir,
they-
that's the way we did it.
Yeah, been on pieces.
And then, you know, there'll be
Right.
a recommendation from, if it's Doug, you know, because, or dietary, but most of it's Doug. There'll be a recommendation to go, you know, maybe one from column A, one
Right.
from column B,
Yeah.
or maybe all with one, it just depends.
Okay. Yeah, I know Ray and I both spoke to Chairman Schmidt, he was, fighting at the bit. What do you know, how fast, how long is it gonna take you guys to get your sewer done? I says, well, we gotta have a meeting. So we have the meeting, we talk.
How long will it take once we award it?
It'll take about a week, I guess, to get it done. But I think his concern was, you know,
Yeah, you wanted to get it done.
he wanted to get it, you know, and I explained to him that we had a meeting he called me on Friday. Thursday was a fairly busy Wheeland Pond day.
Yeah.
And on Friday, I told him that we were scheduling a meeting for Monday to put this together and that you guys would meet on Wednesday. And that gave Janet time to, you know, move around all these items to get them in a different order than how they were presented.
Okay. All right, we have any more discussion on this, what the staff has done? No, okay. All right, item 5 is the Child Advocacy Center membership representation.
You wanna discuss the dispatch?
No, we withdrew it,
Withdraw it?
Yeah.
okay.
We invited the county attorney, Mr. Chairman, but she was tied up.
Yeah. I should never, I didn't see it. Hey,
Hello.
you're up,
Morning.
you're up. National Children's Alliance.
Yes.
So-
sir.
Tell us what happened.
Well, I have some emails for you. Shameless self-promotion. But just to
Self-promotion.
take it. So quickly, the National Children's Alliance is the accrediting body of every child advocacy center in the country. So there's about 750 of them. Every 5 years, similar to the jail when they have to undergo an inspection, I presume, we have to meet 10 best practice standards, and there's a rigorous review of those. So we have to do a years-long application. So 6 months before the actual site review where they come spend the day with us, we have to provide all this documentation proving that we're meeting all of these best practice standards. Everything from training to policies, financial management, and also proof that our law enforcement and mental health and child protection partners are also engaging in the same behavior. So it is a lot of work. And then they come and spend a day with us. They meet everybody on our team, which includes, you know, the county attorney. So Emily, they meet representatives from law enforcement, medical, mental health, and DCYF. And then they sit with us for one of our case review meetings, which is where we go over all the cases that we've seen for the last month. And after that, if you pass all of these things, they recommend you for reaccreditation. So it is a very rigorous standard. It is something that every CAC in the state, with the exception of one, does do every 5 years, but it is something that really holds us to the highest standard of practice, especially for the children that we serve. This is the 3rd time that we have been accredited with the National Children's Alliance. Like I said, you have to do it every 5 years. And this is the first time I received an email like this, which is why I thought it was worth sharing to the commissioners. They highlighted 28 strengths of our program, above and beyond the 10 best practice standards that we have already met, that they, you know, passed us with flying colors. So County Attorney Garrod wanted me to come share this news. This is really a credit both to her for you know, supporting this program, and to the commissioners and the county administrator. This has been a long running program. We've been open since 2006, and really would not be possible without all of the support here from the county. So I wanted to give you all an update about that.
Oh, so pretty good news.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah.
That's a tremendous accomplishment.
Thank you. Yes,
Yeah,
nice to
really.
have some good news for a change. They also, Ray, I wanted to leave this for you. They also do a sample press release. I wasn't sure if that was something you were interested in. That's just kind of some basic information with our information added into it, but we can also ask, I don't know, if
Yeah.
the commissioners or County Attorney Garrod want to do a quote, but we can incorporate that as well.
I'll get this back to you today.
Okay, no rush.
Probably 6 of the 8 issues that they talk about here in terms of challenges. Are the same challenges every department has.
They are, yes, and I also know, there are challenges that aren't within our control directly, so
Right.
it was nice to see all of the positives and
Yeah.
very
That's
few
positive.
challenges.
4-1.
We'll take it.
Yeah, it will. Well, thank you.
And quickly too, just to keep the commissioners updated, we have seen 190 cases this year so far. So that's the bad news, I guess, but good news that they're coming in, so.
Thanks, Jen.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great
Very
rest of
No, thank you, great job.
Oh, you take mine. Unhinged.
Okay, we get some list of upcoming events. Thanks again, Caitlin.
Thank you.
All the new business, we have a new business we need to talk about. I thought I'd just for the record discuss, the fact that Rochester City Council and Dover City Council last night approved, the funding for, our new vendor at Rolling Pond. The next steps now for, we didn't get a contract with them for this warming season. I've had a number of multiple meetings with the city managers and welfare directors and the other mayors as well to discuss some of the operational details. Those operational details are now open for public discretion. There's going to be a meeting next Wednesday in Somersworth as a meet and greet for them to introduce themselves to the community. They have been meeting with all the local area nonprofits to see what kind of assistance they can garner. Includes CAP, SOS, Triangle Club, and a bunch of others. So that's an ongoing process. But there's an MOU we've worked on with mayors for the county that just puts the county in a fiduciary capacity, draw down $100,000 in state funds to help the operation. So counter to everything that's been said, there is transportation, there's going to be nutrition of all sorts, laundry, and all the beds will be used. And no change in bid price. There was one adjustment made for transportation that we had agreed to, a minor adjustment in transportation costs. Because the mayors, well, actually the city managers and welfare directors wanted these people to be brought to a certain spot when they closed down and not have them all hang on at the site. Or loiter around the site. So that's that. So you guys have any questions of me?
So what time is that meeting on Wednesday?
I'll let you know, Robert. I think it's 6 o'clock. They would, the mayor of Somersworth is supposed to be coordinating that. It's a meet and greet mostly for the public. By then they'll have met with all the providers. And so they might have a introduction in the beginning of who they spoke with and so on and so forth, and some of the things issues they're gonna be provided, but I had mentioned to them that the mayors and I decided that we would not attend. Simply because this is an opportunity for the vendor to display what their abilities are. And I didn't want us to act like as an artificial lightning rod for other questions and concerns that may come up, but they're gonna want an answer right then on it. So, none of us are planning on attending that for that reason. And that the vendor would take in whatever comments or concerns that they weren't able to address and bring them back to the group. So that's how that's gonna be handled. Especially given all the stuff that's happened with the past, so a lot of misinformation that went out by all kinds of folks on all sides of the issue. Okay, we got any other old and new business? Okay. Questions or comments from the public? We don't have anybody in cyberspace? No? Okay, good. We'll Chair will entertain a motion to go to non-public session, so personnel contract negotiation.
Second,
Okay, roll call Commissioner Watson.
yes.
Commissioner Willow.
Yes.
Myself, yes, okay, that votes unanimous. So we will retire to executive session.